You bring up an interesting point of what a win would look like. What do you think a win would look like for Harris? Because as you noted earlier, I mean, the polls, they show both of them in a dead heat. A New York Times Siena poll came out today showing Trump ahead by one in a head-to-head matchup. Other polls show her up by a hair. So what does a win look like for Harris? And what do you think a win for Trump would look like?
Honestly, I think the way that Harris will win this, and I think what a win will look like for her, is that if she stays calm, collected, and is able to rebuttal the majority of what he says within the time that she has while also answering those questions. Again, I think it's going to be very much about picking and choosing wisely, which I'm sure her team is. I mean, they've probably been doing debate prep with her for a month at this point, or as soon as she decided, or as soon as they decided she'd be the nominee. So I think she's going to go in very prepared. I mean, she is a prosecutor, so I think her line of questioning is going to be very important in terms of what she asked Trump through her time on the stage. And then, I think a win for Donald Trump would look like is honestly if she gets nervous and if she is stumbling or she can't answer questions correctly because she's too much in her head about making sure that she rebuttals all of his lies. But I'm very, very confident that that won't be the case.
Before I let you go, I do want to ask you a question about an endorsement that Harris picked up this week from an unlikely family, and that's the Cheneys. Congresswoman Liz Cheney, as well as former Vice President Dick Cheney, said they will be voting for Vice President Kamala Harris this November. What are your thoughts on that endorsement, A? And B, do you think that moves the needle at all in this election?
I think it's fantastic, and I think it absolutely does. The more Republicans that we can get endorsing Harris, the better. I also think that she needs to use this as fuel to tell people why they're endorsing her and not Donald Trump, why they're actually going against their party. And the reason is because Donald Trump, with obviously is a rapist, obviously is a grifter, has done all of these horrible things. But then on top of that, we see somebody that has 40 out of 44 of his cabinet members coming out and saying that this man should not serve. That has never happened in the history of our country. And because of that, we're now seeing so many Republicans coming out and saying, hey, this guy is a danger to democracy. This guy is a danger to our country, and we need to come together around Harris. So she really needs to bring that up in the debate because it has not gone the other way around for Trump. Trump has not been receiving endorsements left, right, and center from the Democratic Party.